All right, it's 7:30 on this Tuesday night. That means it's time to find out if you like it or not. I'm producer Chris. It is the first full day of fall, whether you realize it or not. But even though the weather should be getting cooler, we're heating things up as usual. And I need you guys to join the conversation, whether you're watching on Fox Local or on Fox 5 DC's YouTube page. So Jim, let's show them how to join in. You see the graphic right there. By now, you know the drill. This is a streaming show. A lot of different ways to weigh in. If you're watching our YouTube live stream, leave some comments in the chat. We'll read them coming up after the first commercial break. If you're watching on our website or Fox Local on your phone. And if you want to join the Zoom room, I have pinned the link to the Zoom room at the top of my Instagram profile, and you see it right there. That's Fox 5 producer Chris. That's also where we're live behind the scenes right now, saying hi to everybody. Also, speaking of Instagram, we have our broadcast channel. That's where we post a topic ahead of time. We read the comments on the air. Tonight, we're talking about guilty pleasures. So start thinking of what yours is. You can leave a comment in our YouTube chat, or if you're in the Lion Zoom room, I'm gonna call on you a little later. But last but not least, of course, if you're watching us on your connected TV, on the app, you can make it a two-screen experience. Just scan the QR code. It's in the bottom right, left, I don't know, bottom corner of the screen. You can join the conversation there. I'll say hi to all of our Lion Zoom room virtual co-hosts in just a second. In the meantime, we're also waiting for our in-studio guest host to join us. It's Tuesday. That means it's Tony P. Tuesday. He just wrapped up the 7 p.m. hour of Like It or Not. He'll join us in just a second. In the meantime, though, we're going to dive right in, and we're going to pick things up tonight with where we left off last night. If you were watching last night, if you remember, we were talking about vacations with Guy Lambert. He was just on one. It was his birthday week, but he's not the only Fox 5 family member taking some time off. You may have seen Jim Loke also enjoying a nice long weekend. He spent some time out in Los Angeles, and he took his Instagram followers along for the ride. Take a look.
Just on a drive in Los Angeles, no big deal. Wait, what? Yeah, this is a Waymo, and you may have seen them driving around DC. They're currently in the testing phase right now, but it is a purely automated ride-share service. Nobody in the front seat, nobody in the back seat, just me. And here it is. It's changing lanes on its own. It's stopping on its own. It's pretty smooth. It feels pretty safe so far. And while these aren't street legal, at least automated on their own in DC, they might be coming. So my question to you is, would you trust your ride to technology?
Doing my job for me tonight, asking the question, would you trust your ride to technology? The man of the hour has arrived.
Oh, God.
Tony P. Tonight, the T in the Tony stands for Tyless. Tyless Tony P.
And Tuesday, I'll tell you.
Tuesday,
I mean,
Tony P.
and a terrific new fit, I mean. By the way, you look great with the glasses. You're looking
thank
great.
you very much.
Very professorial tonight,
yeah,
my
well, that's
friend.
what I was going for. Also, I've got my Robert Redford belt buckle.
Yeah, you
on
do.
here, my cowboy belt buckle.
The Sundance Kid right here, folks.
That's what they call me.
That'd be a great nickname for you.
Tony P. Self-driving car. How do you feel about climbing in the back seat like Jim Loke?
I want to try it, so you know what? I'm going to give it a chance. Maybe
You
on a
like
test
it.
drive. But I have to be able to take the wheel if possible. The cars, if it's on the fritz, if it's not working, there needs to be a 3 to 5 year window. Like, hey, I can hop in the car if it's really acting poorly, or it's a couple, it didn't stop at a stoplight, or maybe rolled the wrong way. Let's get in the driver's seat at some point. But I love it. I love it. Like, the concept is really cool.
On Jim Loke's Instagram, you'll see one of the comments right there at the top says, only if I can sit behind the wheel. And that was from me, because I basically said, if for some reason that thing starts veering across the double yellow line, veering into oncoming traffic or something like that, I want to be able to do that with the steering wheel.
Right.
You know what I mean?
God,
Jim sitting in the back seat just means you get to watch disaster unfold in real time with nothing you can do about it. Allison's laughing. Allison in the Lion Zoom room. Welcome back to the show. A self-driving car climbing in the back seat. Do you like this or not?
Oh, I would be so terrified to do that. I don't even like another human to drive me anywhere, so I could not imagine. And like you said, what if the car decides to do something else, or somebody's coming at you from the right and from the left? How does the car know which way to swerve, to save? I couldn't do it. I just could not do that.
Yeah, unless every car on the road was a self-driving car, then I would feel a little more comfortable with it. We got a new face in the Lion Zoom room tonight. Laura joining us tonight.
Laura,
where are you watching from?
I'm watching from Chad's apartment.
It's Laura.
The background
Yeah,
gave
I
it
should've
away.
known better.
I'm like,
All
wait
right,
a
yeah.
minute.
Relegate him back to the laptop
Wow.
in the corner, posting on YouTube as he's probably trying on outfits for Friday night, isn't he?
Well, he's actually working. He's training a client. So since he's not here, I was like, well, I might as well do it.
Well, I'm glad that you did.
That's commitment right there.
Exactly.
And
I
also, I need to
appreciate
get
that
trained
loyalty.
soon. So I need to be calling Chad to get trained up. I need to get
Well,
trained.
what you got to do is karaoke spin class.
Oh, wait, I'm
in.
in.
The meantime, speaking of spinning, do you like this idea of these self-driving cars, and are you brave enough to climb into one?
I like it. I grew up really liking, dystopias, reading, all kinds of literature about the future and what could possibly happen. So yeah, I'm all for it. Even if I'm in one and it, crashes and burns up, I mean, I'm living on the edge here in the future.
All right,
You're part
well,
of
that is-
history, right?
yeah,
Like
that is
Hunger
commitment.
Games type
Exactly.
history, I guess. I'll tell you,
Exactly.
I do simulations of like futuristic worlds on ChatGPT. I know that's a little weird, but I tend to do that. It's just kind of interesting to see what the world could look like, how bad and how maybe possibly decent it could be.
Oh, God bless him. I love him. David in the Lion Zoom room tonight. David, self-driving cars. Do you like this technology? Or are you not a fan? You got your audio? Is your mic on?
Where's your
Good.
mic?
Sorry, it took me a minute to hit it there. Sorry.
Technology,
Let me tell you
baby.
something, Chris. Let me tell you something. I will not be outdone by Jim Loke. I will sit right in that car, right alongside, and I will brave the technology of this brand new world and sit in that driverless Waymo taxi.
Man, oh man, you guys braver than me.
I mean,
You guys are braver than me.
Listen, I don't like making those left turns where there's no arrows. So you know what? If the car can make it for
Yeah.
me and can time it better, I'm all for it.
Man, I don't know. All right, well, keep the comments coming on the YouTube channel. Let us know. If I had a poll, that's what it would be tonight. In the meantime, we're going to move on, and we're going to talk about planning transparency. Take a listen.
I don't think so, honey. When someone asks if you're free on a certain night without telling you what they are inviting you to or pressuring you to do.
Narcissistic abuse.
That is a form of entrapment. Legally, that is a form of entrapment. You are not allowed to do that. I need to know what you are asking me to commit to before I tell you whether or not I'm free.
Preach it. Preach it, Bowen Yang. That's a clip from the Las Culturistas podcast. Tony P, tell me what you need before asking if I'm free. Do you like this or not?
I need a time frame at least. I need to know when am I going to bed, because I'm starting to, I'm done with the 3 a.m. nights that I've been doing for the last 3 years. I'm now going into,
Wild, man.
anything past midnight, I'm going to start getting a little bit concerned. Also, are we going to a place that's going to be like a club where it's really loud and overwhelming? If that's the case, I may need to maybe do half the night with you.
See,
So-
this is the difference between Tony P and I right now. He is at the point in his life where when someone says, what are you doing on a Saturday night or something like that, it's because they want to go out and party. For me, it's a favor. They're asking me for a favor. And I'm going to entrap myself by saying, no, I got no plans. Perfect. Can you do this for Deb in the Lion Zoom room?
Okay.
Deb, do you want to know what they need before they ask if you're free?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You cannot trap me like that. No way. Like, maybe if they say, oh, let's go out to dinner, and then we kind of decide on where we're going, that's as crazy as I'm going to get. Don't you dare take me out. How are you supposed to dress? Like, what shoes are you going to wear? Like, you
Right.
have to be prepared.
I don't like
100%.
surprises.
Christina in the Lion Zoom room 2 nights in a row. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Hey, Chris.
All right, so
Yeah, no, you need to tell me in advance. I need to know what I'm walking into, because I also, there's these other new things that people are doing with invitations. They'll send you an invitation, they'll say, hey, come to this party, but then they don't tell you after you accept RSVP that it's going to cost you $100.
That's
No.
happening now?
Yeah, that's
Not on
happening
my
now.
watch.
So I
Wow.
always have to ask, how much is this? How much is it going to cost? So yeah, I need full transparency.
yeah, not on my watch. Allison, this idea of someone saying, hey, are you doing anything tomorrow night, without telling you why they're asking, because they either need a favor or they're going to surprise you with something. Do you like this or not?
Nope, I'm always the rhetorical person that will ask all the questions. I need to know where we're going, who's going to be there, what's the dress code. I need to know all those things so I can be in the right frame of mind. If not, I'm just going to lose it, like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Or I'll just say no. If you can't tell me, I won't be going.
Right,
Yeah.
because you might be free for one type of event in your mind and your heart, But if it's the wrong type of environment, you don't want to give your time to that. I'd rather just sit on the couch and watch Netflix.
See, but again, and it's not just about maybe going out
I know.
and doing something that's a good time. For me, it's the, hey, are you doing anything on Saturday afternoon? No. Perfect. I need help moving. Well, no, I don't want to do that, but you know now that I have no plans.
Right.
And I'm just saying no because I don't want to help you move.
It's manipulation.
And then I look like a butthead.
Right.
So that's more of my thing. Like, tell me what you need me for, and then I'll tell you if I'm free.
Well, maybe there's a different phrasing. Like, like maybe add at the end, like, what are you doing this weekend? I may need some help with something.
Exactly.
At least give me help with something.
Yes, exactly. That's what.
That's like, oh, I need moving.
Please. Otherwise, like he said, it's entrapment. All right, speaking of planning, a guy on TikTok sharing his dating fail and looking for some support from social media when it comes to proper etiquette. His name is Jay, and he says he was recently stood up on a date, all because of what could have been a misunderstanding. Jay says he arrived for his date, but when his date did not show up, he called her only to find out she was still at home. According to Jay, his date said she assumed their date was called off when he didn't reach out to her earlier in the day to confirm the plan. Jay says he thought their date was confirmed. The confirmation of the plans was when she agreed to meet him for dinner that night in the first place. So Tony P, a day of confirmation for a date. Is this necessary? Do you like this or not?
Yes, always. You do that with business meetings. You do that with family events. You do it in dating, just again to make sure maybe they got sick, maybe they their phone lost power or whatever. You have to follow up, and again, that just shows commitment on your end when you're setting up the date. Hey, you want to make sure tonight works. At this time, if you need to move it back a little bit, no worries. Like, just show flexibility, but also to show, hey, I planned this date. I have the confidence to do it and to set it up. That's a big part of it is a confirmation email.
Confirmation email.
Text.
He's sending an
Text.
Outlook.
No,
He's
text.
sending a calendar. And Laura,
that might work, by the way.
Was it incumbent on him to confirm? But why would she automatically assume the date was canceled because she did not hear from him? Why wouldn't she text and say, "Hey, are we still on for tonight?"
So yeah, I've seen this a lot actually in like dating forums and stuff where it's a lack of effort, I guess, on the man's part not to confirm day of. Yeah. And obviously if you're going into a date, you want to make sure that this person has planned some quality time for you. However, do I like it? Not necessarily. Communication's a two-way street. I think it would be perfectly fine for someone to reach out and say, hey, I haven't heard of you. Is this still on? And then maybe add, by the way, it would be great if, you could confirm ahead of time next time. Just like open up the lines of communication a little bit and not be so like dead set on like my way or the highway.
All right. I loved what you said at the end there, but you were pointing some fingers at the men first. So let's get another man's perspective. Jess B, where are you watching us from tonight?
I'm watching from Hagerstown, Maryland.
Hagerstown, Maryland. Well, welcome to the show. So this idea of just not showing up for the date that you had previously arranged because you didn't get a confirmation day of, do you like that or not?
No, I don't like that. I like to make sure everything's planned. Like if I say I'm going to be there and she's not thinking that I'm not going to be there, we need to reach out and touch out to each other.
Yeah, 100%.
To make sure this is going to be a go.
100%. Yeah. Exactly. To Tony P's point, you would do that for if it was a job interview or something like that. But I will also say, unless I have heard from you that it is not happening, then I'm showing up. Allison, final word on
me
this
too.
topic.
I agree with that.
Final word on this topic. Do you like this or not?
Yeah, there has to be communication on both parts. Like if someone didn't hear from somebody, it doesn't matter if it's the man or the woman. You need to communicate to reach out to just figure it out because somebody might have just forgot.
Somebody might have just forgotten.
Hey, listen, it's part of dating. I'll tell you, it's a lot of missed signals.
I don't miss it. I don't
either.
At all. All right. Speaking of relationships, a new episode of Platonic drops on Platonic. I don't know. We'll talk about that in a second. All right.
Plate tectonics.
There's a whole separate topic we're going to talk about on that in a second here. It drops on Apple TV Plus this week, and of course, it's brought up the age-old debate over whether men and women can just be friends. And star Seth Rogen says he understands why some people question it. Take a listen.
It is distressing to some people. It is not distressing to me. My wife has male friends who, and I have female friends, but I do understand how, some people are. I think it's very reflective of your own mentality in a lot of ways, and your own insecurities, maybe things like that. And for sure, I would get insecure if I felt like there was, aspects of, my wife that another person was, getting access to that I wasn't. It's like,
all right, that's Seth Rogen, star of Platonic. That's from an Associated Press interview, Tony P. Platonic friendships, do you like them or not, and do you think they are possible or not?
I love them, first of all. They're totally possible. I have great female friendships, and I'm blessed for it because I learn a lot from my female friends that teach me about, even with dating, helping me out with that whole process, giving me great advice, helping me to get in touch with my, softer side and learning about things more, and being more compassionate. I think it's good to have both. I have a lot of male friends that teach me certain things, and a lot of, my female friends teach me a ton of stuff. So I don't get this whole men and women can't be friends, and a lot of young men see this on social media with the manosphere, red pill influence. Go, you can't be friends with women. It's all about relationships and whatever goes along with that, right? It's just such a bad perspective because you're losing out on great connection. You're losing out on really connecting in a different way without a relationship with 50% of the world. Why are we doing that, and why are we only judging it by a relationship context? So I'm with Seth Rogen on this. It's about insecurity, and it's just another thing that's being peddled in social media. Women and men can't be friends, and you shouldn't embrace your softer side. Screw that. I'm sorry. I'm done with all that type of
Christina,
stuff.
In the show, Seth Rogen's character not married, Rose Byrne's character married, but they've known each other for a long time. Her husband feels a little threatened by it. His new relationships feel a little threatened by it. Do you get that viewpoint or not?
I do. I get the. So, and my husband, he met my husband Eddie. We have a rule, that we don't have friends of the opposite sex. Now that we're married, when we weren't married as single people, yes, I think it's cool. But married, it could cross some lines, and emotional cheating can come into play, and so we just don't do it. So I say we don't like it.
Yeah, so as long as you guys are on the same page, you have the rules. And if it was like a new friend coming in, it could obviously make it feel a little different than if it's someone you've known for a long time. David in the Lion Zoom room. David, this idea of the character, one being married, the other one being single, they're still friends, and it causes a little relationship drama. Do you get that or not?
I do get that. Can be drama there. It is possible to have that platonic relationship in there. But the more sexual attraction there is, the less likely it is to have a stable platonic relationship where both partners, the married partners, or in a couple, are secure. Yeah. So can be tough, possible, but can be done.
Tough, Tony P.
I understand that. I think for me, this is my relationship status. If I can't have my friends, it ain't gonna work out. It's a red flag for me. I can't have that type of restriction in my life. I think number one. Number two, I feel that it's if let's say my future wife has male friends and it ends up being emotional cheating or things like that, then it wasn't meant to be between us anyway. Because if we can't withstand that, then maybe I wasn't the right guy for her. Just being that's my
communication
viewpoint
is key, and what works for you might not work for me.
Right, exactly.
To each their own. All right, keep the comments coming, like I said, in YouTube, and we've got much more coming up on the other side of the break. In the meantime, coming up next, we're talking about those guilty pleasures. So if you have one in mind, hold on to it, because we're going to ask you coming up on the other side of the break. That includes you, sir.
Yes, can't wait.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to Do You Like It or Not on this Tuesday, Tony P. Tuesday. We are still talking about whether men and women can be friends here in the commercial break behind the scenes on TikTok. In the meantime, though, we do want to get to some of those YouTube comments because I told you we would read them as long as we had them. Let's see. All right. Wilshaw. Once elections are done, then checks for the USA budget will come out. All right, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I don't think it'll have anything to do with me. All right, a lot of political comments tonight, so I'm gonna, that's not what we're about tonight. I love it, but keep the comments coming. AJ, not ready just yet. I need a person behind that wheel. Yeah, I agree. AJ, I'm with Deb. Beyond the dinner place, I need to know what you are asking for. Ethan, great job. Keep it up. Good work. Keep us safe. Yeah, I mean, I'm proud to keep everyone safe. I don't really know that that's what I'm doing right now. All right, Joyce loves Trump. All right, I appreciate it, everybody. Keep it up. In the meantime, earlier, I wasn't sure whether I pronounced it Platonic, and Tony P was kind enough not to correct me. But that actually leads us into the next story. We're talking about whether or not it's rude to correct someone in front of someone else, in public, or in this instance, on air. And it's all because of an appearance on a recent podcast. Take a look.
We didn't have privileges before us.
No privilege, bro.
They come from that lineage of that. They come from a lineage of we own this house. We didn't come from it. All of us living in here housing projects.
I wanted to ask why is I get that part, but the mentality of
lineage too. That's how you say that.
The mentality of it is like almost
lineage.
Like we can as us we can.
What was that?
Virality.
What word did
y'all went back to that?
It was lineage.
What did he say? What did I say?
Like linebacker or something like that.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I'll walk off this podcast right now.
I will walk off this podcast right now. That's from the Artist to Artist podcast. Now, the comment section was a little split on how that went down. Some critics said calling him out wasn't right. Supporters said a real friend helps out another friend with honesty. So Tony P, correcting a friend in public, on air, for example, do you like this or not?
I do, because of how it was done. Like, if it's done like in kind of a funny, comedic way, like I saw from the podcast, it was in kind of like this jest, yes. I think it's totally fine. But like, if you're like doing it kind of like, I use the word professorial again, corrected myself. If you're kind of like, you should do it this way. No. Like, if you do it in a softer, jest way, funny, I'm fine with that. But you go a little too far. If it feels like you're talking down to them, or you feel like you're being talked down to, that's the red line for me.
Laura, correcting someone. Potato, as producer Jim said earlier. Oh, wow. Do you like this or not?
All right. So I'm known for being pedantic, and Chad actually bought me this sweatshirt that says actually ... because I am known for, like, he'll have an 80s playlist, and I'm in the middle of class going, this song is from 1990. So, I mean,
a stickler for details. I respect it.
I mean, I know it's wrong and bad, but like I can't control myself sometimes. Do I like it? No. Do I do it? Yes.
Okay.
1989 is hard. That's a hard year.
I respect the honesty. Hey, listen, I promised I would get to guilty pleasures, and I want to talk about that next. Because if you are a fan of like romantasy books or reality TV, you are far from alone. And science has your back. NPR actually recently investigated this. According to experts, people need pleasure to survive, they say. The guilt part, on the other hand, that's just a social construct. But some scientists say that when you feel guilty about liking something, you may actually enjoy it even more. So, scientists say, as long as it's not harming anyone, and that is key here, you should lean into your guilty pleasures. We posted this one on our broadcast channel. Diva. We know who that is. That's Allison. Allison says her guilty pleasure is Mr. Softy. I feel guilty when I run to the ice cream truck, hoping my son doesn't catch me to tell me how big my back is going to get. Allison, you look phenomenal. How dare you? Tanaya, yes, watching random TV shows, teen TV shows. My husband says I only watch shows if they have high school lockers in them. I know she's probably watching Smallville tonight. Bisma says Taco Bell. Bean chalupa with nacho cheese. You're welcome. Interesting. Christina, also in the Lion Zoom room tonight, says reality TV is our guilty pleasure. Chad, not with us tonight, says Tony P's Insta stories are my guilty pleasure. So,
that's funny.
Tony P, what's your guilty pleasure?
Man, I never thought I'd be a guilty pleasure for anybody. That's, Mom, I made it. But I'll tell you, I have this really weird one, okay, and I'm a little embarrassed by it. The first one is that I love to watch old commercials on YouTube, like 80s and 90s era commercials, because I just love nostalgia, and I just, I don't like the way the world is right now, so I kind of like to go back in time. I feel like I'm in a nice, just a time machine going back a little bit to watch, old Mercedes commercials and the infomercials for Magic Bullet, for example, or watching, the old Taco Bell commercials with Little Richard. Like, seriously, like that's what I watch. And
fascinating.
It's like 4 hours long. I've done the full 4 hours in one sitting on a rainy afternoon once. I just sat with
go
my
back
phone
and watch
like
the
this.
Grey Poupon? Like, do you remember that commercial?
No, but I think I need to. Also, like watching.
He would be the guy in the Rolls Royce.
Yes, or the Sears commercials with the little houses, like the little old catalogs. Like, I would love to just go back to that for 1 minute.
If I was going to name one guilty pleasure commercial, it would be that J.G. Wentworth one.
Yes.
The song in that one.
I have
will
an
spare-
annuity.
Yes, that one. Allison, Mr. Softy, you say.
Yes, I do. I love him.
What's your go-to order?
I just like a regular soft serve ice cream with a little bit of cherry, wet walnuts, and hot fudge.
Okay, that actually sounds perfect right about now. Wow. Christina, what reality TV would you say is your guilty pleasure?
Ooh, it's so many. 90 Day Fiance, all the series, and of course, Real Housewives. Like,
yeah, you got it.
I need them all. I need them all. But yes, I was a little guilty, but I know it can be a little trashy, but I'm here for it.
No judgment here. No judgment
We're here for it.
Oh yeah, no, it's
because
real.
We're here for it.
If you watch this show, I love My Love Is Blind and I love My Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Deb, are you willing to admit your guilty pleasure?
No, it's not a secret. I love all boy bands all the time.
Yes.
They are my guilty pleasure.
Absolutely.
All of
I am
them.
right there
All
with
of them.
you. Deb went and saw, what's it called? The new Backstreet Boys in Vegas. Yeah. Oh,
NSYNC
God
or
bless them.
Backstreet?
Oh, she's Team
Oh,
Backstreet.
Backstreet.
Team
all the
Backstreet.
way.
Can you be fans of both? That's the real question. Can
Oh,
you?
absolutely.
Okay, good. All right.
We're
'Cause
not
back in
here
the
to police-
2000s, it wasn't that
Listen,
way.
I'll go as far as listening to not 98 Degrees sometime. Who is it? Who is it? The Harry Styles one.
Oh,
the One Direction.
One Direction.
Thank you.
90.
Producer
We're
Jim
98.
Paul.
Wait a minute.
He was locked and loaded. David
How do you
in
get
the
that?
Lion Zoom room. What's your guilty pleasure, sir? Mike.
Mike again.
Mike,
Start calling you Mike.
Sorry. My guilty pleasure, Chris? Drinking water.
Oh, get
Oh,
out of here.
that's
Just B,
lame.
just B,
That's
real quick.
lame.
What's your guilty pleasure? Oh, wait, we're on Laura. Laura, what's your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure is watching the history of theme parks like Disney and Universal Studios on YouTube.
Oh, you got to hang out with Rye Guy. You got to hang out with Ryan. Real quick, just B, before we go, what's your guilty pleasure, sir?
Yeah, I just like watching old grunge, alternative music, Nirvana, stuff
Yes.
like
I
that.
love it, sir.
Alice in
Thank you
Chains.
so much.
Yep.
Thank you to all our new faces in the Lion Zoom room tonight. Thank you to Tony P,
Thank you,
producer
guys.
Jim. We'll back tomorrow night. Have a good one.